Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And this be the educational content which I was speaking of about NFTs. We are going to discuss about what is an NFT, the comparison between NFT and the current way of sales that happen through the internet or online, some of the examples of NFTs, and how do they work actually on the background. Like, is it safe to have an NFT, or how do you actually go ahead and create an NFT, and what does it mean to have an NFT or own an NFT as such? And lastly, I'll also be discussing the pros and cons. So strap in your seatbelt. Let's get on with this educative journey about NFTs. And this is Mr. Aslan. Crypto education is my passion, guys. Again, in any of these segments, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research before you get into any token or you buy any NFTs out there with your own hard-earned money. Please ensure that you do your proper research and be wary of scams as well, guys. Let's begin quick. Now, the crypto market, yes, it's around 2.31 trillion, but there is this part in the crypto space which is making a lot of sound, a lot of noise. That's NFTs and GameFi. Yes, NFTs is something which is creating a lot of buzz in the market. It started off probably early in this year, somewhat early this year. Before this year, I mean, NFTs were something like very vague, not much known to the people, but it started gaining traction somewhere towards February, March this year, and now, man, NFTs have built their own world and space out there. So quickly going through, I'm just skimming through two articles for you, one from Forbes.com and the other one from Ethereum.org. That's there in Google for you. But I'll just go ahead and quickly skim through these and probably give you some idea on what NFTs are. So you don't need to sit through and read all this long length of articles that have been posted. So having said that, guys, what exactly is an NFT? Now, an NFT on a definition basis stands for a non-fungible token, and it's all about having a digital asset made for either the physical or a digital art that you do, right? So it's as simple as that. So any creative work that you do which involves, be it a physical portion, like say a bust of someone's face, or you make some artwork with some cardboard paper or something like that. It can be anything as such, or it can also be something that is digitally rendered as well, or sometimes it can even be videos, it can be music. You can go around with it. So quickly putting it across, it can be art, it can be gif images, graphically, okay, I won't get into too much of detail. GIFs. I think everyone knows what a GIF is. So, videos and short sports highlights, collectibles, virtual avatars on video game skins, designer sneakers, music as well. Yes. And quickly coming down to this article also, so you can just run through a quick other further bifurcation. They say collectibles, music videos, that comes under your digital art, and your real world items would be leads to a car. It can be anything. I mean, they've just given small examples over here: tokenized in invoices, legal documents, signatures, and stuff like that. I mean, hell, that the founder of Twitter actually sold his first tweet as an NFT, guys. I mean, that can also be treated as an NFT. My collectible is a collectible in art, in any form, right? So that's how you define NFT. But the major thing over here is it's on a digital platform. It is not a physical thing that you can actually carry out with you, but it will be totally available in a digitized format. I mean, even the painting of Mona Lisa can be an NFT for you if the so-called owner currently having that ownership decides to do so, right? So they can make a digital scan of the entire photograph or the painting and make that as an NFT collectible, and probably go ahead and sell it across for ownership and certain price in NFT markets. And that again will be providing some sort of ownership, the true ownership of the particular asset or the artwork, be it anything in any of these lists, and that would entitle it to be a NFT. Now, the comparison that I can do with the traditional method and how NFTs are actually sold out, what is the advantage and what is the actual way it works, right? So that's what we are going to get into. We are going to just quickly come down with this comparison on the NFT, with an NFT in the internet, or compared to a normal artwork, be it the physical painting and posted as a picture in any of the marketplaces out there. It can be an art gallery online, it can be an auction site, it can also be Amazon, where you want to sell your artwork, anything for that matter. All you do is you're just taking a snapshot of it and you're just posting it across as a picture. But an NFT is totally different. because it's on a blockchain. It has its own smart contract, and it also ensures that you own that particular digital asset. Now, going down quickly with these through comparisons, NFTs are digitally unique. Not two NFTs, no two NFTs are the same. Each have unique identifiers embedded into them in the blockchain. A little technical, but what it means is, think of it as a barcode for an item, guys. So each unique item produced will have a certain barcode attached to it. The similar way, your NFTs, each single NFT will have a separate unique identifier attached to it. Even though that NFT is minted for 100 copies, each copy will have its own individual identity, or an own individual address, you can say, in the blockchain, which will help identify the true ownership of that particular asset. Now, when it comes to the internet side, a copy of a file like an MP3, JPEG, anything as such, so that doesn't define any originality for the fact. So every NFT must have an owner, and this is of public record and easy for anyone to verify. Now, you may not know who is the actual owner of an item when you see it in eBay. Take for example these second-hand item sales websites. Like, I mean, eBay is the best example, guys. You never know whether the actual item is stolen or a legitimate one and all those stuff. So you cannot truly verify the proper ownership, but here it's totally different. It's the actual true ownership can be verified. NFTs are compatible with anything built with using Ethereum. I mean, not only Ethereum, now it has expanded to other chains as well. You could trade a piece of art for a ticket. Now, the trading can happen in two ways. It can be peer to peer, or it can be through actual marketplaces where you sell it and mint it and probably auction it or sell it at a fixed price. Now, when it comes to internet today, the actual way the sales are happening online, companies with digital items must build their own infrastructure. For example, an app that issues digital tickets for events would have to build their own ticket exchange. Now, content creators can sell their work anywhere and can access a global market. Now, this is the huge advantage of having NFTs as well. So creators rely on the internet side, the current sales side. So creators rely on infrastructure and distribution of platforms they use. They are often subject to terms of use on geographical restrictions. So this is what I said about embracing the global market for the talent that you have. A person sitting here as a normal artist with a lot of talent, be it in any field, video, photography, music, or art, painting, anything as such, he or she cannot actually go ahead and approach these big art galleries, or probably do not have that infrastructure, or in terms of financial status, to go ahead and approach or sell their artwork, which is worth actually millions, but they would be getting paid in peanuts because the majority of the profit would be eaten up by these platforms. But here with NFTs, it's a different marketplace altogether. All you need is someone who can actually go ahead and host your particular artwork, and people can bid for it. It's an auction, and anyone who likes it can bid for it. And trust me, there are articles out there that have changed artists' lives altogether, only because they were able to sell their artwork through the NFT marketplaces. So this is the big difference about NFT. I mean, these are utilities that come down to NFTs. You can also use NFTs as game items, right? That's something that we will get into in the later stage. So how do they actually work? So when I come down here on how do they actually work, you will have each token minted with a unique identifier that is directly linked to one Ethereum address. Speaking of only the Ethereum chain, guys, it can also be Binance, it can also be Polygon or Matic. Any of the chains that you want to mint your NFTs, each will be associated with a unique identifier. Like I said, it is the true ownership of that particular artwork. Each one is unique. Even though, like, you have an NFT minted for 100 copies, each copy would have its own unique identifier. So the owner of all these 100 copies would each get a unique identifier mentioning their ownership separately. And the true ownership, one who minted it, the actual artist, his ownership will be totally also recorded in all these 100 copies. So it means you can trace it back to the actual owner of the artwork. Very less chances where you can actually duplicate such artworks right now. Whereas when the traditional market goes by, you can easily go ahead and fake artwork, and probably because there is no way that you can actually verify until and unless you are a very good art expert, guys. So each token has an owner and its information is easily verifiable. They live on Ethereum and can be bought and sold on Ethereum based NFT market. Now, Ethereum is, again, like I said, any blockchain. If you own an NFT, what does it mean? That means you can easily prove that you own it because it's part of your wallet, and on the blockchain it shows up as a particular token, like a similar to a token on your particular wallet. So that means that you own it. right? So in the smart contract, it will be your Ethereum address or your Binance BNB address that will be imprinted along with the actual owner's address who transferred that ownership to you through the smart contract itself. Since it is done digitally, then there is no room for any fake. And since it's decentralized, especially on decentralization part with NFTs, that would be a huge add-on because no one would be able to control the ownership out there like we have on the centralized listing platforms or auction houses, which control the actual price. The actual owner or the creator of the NFT, the one who minted, his address or her address would be imprinted into the smart contract. No one would be able to change that, guys. Moving on, you can easily prove that you are the creator. You determine the scarcity and you can earn royalties every time it's sold. You can sell it on any NFT marketplace, peer to peer. You're not locked onto any platform and don't need anyone to intermediate. These are the advantages on the creator's side. Now we spoke about people buying NFTs, and on the creator side, the best advantage is true ownership and global market exposure. Even if you are a small artist sitting in your room, you would be having bigger marketplace right now if you converted your art to NFTs. You can sit and do a painting in your room, just mint that as an NFT. A little bit of Adobe Photoshop work might be required. After that, you mint that on any of the platforms, and now you're actually selling your piece of art, which you did in your room, sitting in your room again, to the entire global market out there. I mean, if you're sitting in US and you're selling it from your house, anyone from Malaysia or Singapore can also go ahead and buy it, right? It's as simple as that. And since it's on a totally digital platform, less room for any fraudulent transactions to happen, and probably much more secure as an owner since you are minting it. You can determine the scarcity of each particular NFT that defines the character's attributes in the game, right? So that's on you. That gives you the ownership of determining that scarcity. So depending on the scarcity, you can always set the floor price for that particular artwork that you have or the particular NFT that you have created or minted. One more part here is you would be getting the royalties that you can set through these platforms, say OpenSea or anything as such, for any of the artworks that you actually go ahead and put across. So having said that, after a sale has happened, sometimes in the actual real world, if an art gallery purchases your artwork, it's done. You transfer the ownership completely to them and they can sell it. Like they purchase it from you for $100, they can even sell it for $1 million out there. You don't have any royalty bonus that you would be getting unless and until you are something in terms of a partnership that you're going ahead with for with the art galleries and stuff. But if you're a normal artist out there, but yet with a lot of talent, you wouldn't be able to get that partnership signed in. So that's the major advantage. You would also be able to get royalties, and that royalty percentage also is something that you could actually set, guys. Now you can also sell it peer to peer, like I've already quoted earlier. Instead of just going to a market, you can also sell your NFT from a person to a direct another person for whatever price you feel like based on negotiations. Now coming quickly ahead on how big is the NFT marketplace, you can just check out. I've just come to OpenSea. This is one of the marketplace for NFTs. I've just clicked on buy now and I've just set the highest last sale that has happened. 600 Ethereum, 420 Ethereum, 397 Ethereum. You can see these artworks, 388, 381. You can see 302. So these are artworks which actually sell for a fortune, guys. And imagine just 300 or 600 Ethereum, how big of it money it can be for few of the artists out there. It can change their lives. It's generational wealth for few of them, guys, and especially those underdeveloped or developing countries. And trust me, that is where you have a biggest advantage for NFT, providing the platform for all those talented artists, but not much exposure or very small due to financial or any other condition out there. Now, coming down to some of the big projects that I like which are into NFT, first and foremost, it would be Jetstar, guys. Why? Because simply, I love their artwork. I've been part of the Telegram group from quite a long time. I love their artwork. Join the Telegram group, you would get to know what I'm actually speaking of, and then you would believe me in that front. The other two projects which I'm also happy about is in terms of Shiba Inu community, which has now entered into the NFT. They will be launching Shibushi soon, and also Saitama Group, which they have their own Wolfcaster game, and they have big plans in a different platform. Right, NFT is something which they are actually doing as one part of their actual work. The most commonly used portion in NFTs is your games. So how GameFi and NFT blend into each other, I'll be doing a separate video on that in the coming days in the next video or next educational segment most probably. But I'll be doing that for you or for everyone, how crypto adoption in games can actually bring generational wealth and a revolution out there in terms of adoption of crypto too. So quickly running down to the pros and cons. The major con that we see right now with NFTs is utilization of the Ethereum blockchain. we can see the high gas fees has been, the gas fees has been skyrocketing, and mainly due to having a lot of NFTs out there which are traded in the market, minted in the market. That's energy consumption on a high note for NFTs, guys, since its utilization is more. And since Ethereum blocks have a limited capacity of transactions per block, that is eating away a lot of energy. Now, there are greener methods. People can argue that yes, there are much more greener methods that you can utilize. The second portion where I see that there is a con for NFTs is the value sometimes is majorly based on the demand for that particular NFT, right? So, as an initial note, you can go ahead and purchase an NFT for say one Ethereum, and probably due to the hype or anything as such. But when you want to resell it, there might be a chance that people might not be interested in it, and they might have moved on from that particular NFT section, and they would have been interested in some other trending NFT, and probably you might get only 5 ETH worth, the resale value. But again, it depends entirely on project to project, guys. Nothing to be commented on a single on the total community of NFTs. It depends on project to project. So that's where your awareness and research comes into picture. So if you want to go ahead and make some profit on NFTs by flipping them, as they call it, then you need to go for those NFTs which have a high demand in the market. When it comes to pros, it's actually huge. Like I have already quoted in the earlier sections of this video, the true ownership provides a global platform for all those creators. NFTs are not limited to only artwork, it contains videos, music, everything. And since it's digital format, it's not susceptible to, and on the blockchain especially, it's not susceptible to any hacks as such. And each one has a unique identifier which defines, even if you are trading it as a first time owner, or you are also putting it across as a secondary sale, you would still be able to earn royalty. So the royalty completely comes to you. There is no intermediary platform at all for you, apart from those which are there to showcase your NFTs and buy and sell them. That's the only marketplace that you have. It's like a trading store, that's it. So the maximum profit is what you would be getting. And the best part here is, with NFTs, it's easy implementation of cryptocurrencies, and it's an easy integration to gaming platforms as well. So having said that, you would be having in-game currencies, in-game items that can be minted as NFTs, that can be even traded as NFTs in the marketplace. That would give a whole new angle for all those people who are playing games and also can start earning their own coins. I mean, imagine there is a game that comes out, and it has a lot of NFTs and the GameFi tokens that come out, and a kid who is around 13, 14 years old has started playing the game for a couple of years. He's really good at it. He or she is really good at it, and they earn some credible amount of coins or cryptocurrencies through the game, or NFTs through the game. And the way that they can actually utilize it or probably sell their NFTs and make money, they could pay their for their entire college, or it can be their entire life would be settled on a financial freedom just because they played a game for a couple of months or a couple of years. So that's the potential for NFTs and GameFi, guys. So that's where I would see that there is a huge pro on NFTs. And Jetstar, I'm very bullish. The main reason being, Jetstar is at a very good price point right now. If you just quickly check on it, it's somewhere close to around 3.6 or 3.8 cents. That's the price that is ranging right now, and they have huge the artists that they are actually trying to partner with. I mean, Aaron Miller is a big name in the art industry, and there are many other artists who are now getting into the project. So it would definitely mean a lot more potential. Saitama, yes, and Shiba Inu, yes, they are into the DeFi space. They are having their own blockchains coming out. They are also getting into the gaming, but those two projects are diversified across multiple use cases, right? Like Saitama is looking for a use case where it can be used as a local currency kind of a thing for transactions. Shib is planning to go ahead and again use it as a currency, or a stable coin. They're moving towards that lane. But over here with Jetstar, they're very much focused only on the GameFi and NFT platform. That's where I like getting into this token right now, because it has a lot of potential in the coming days. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.